He's Zack Randolph of my Memphis Grizzlies. Joins us on the show, one of the more entertaining players in the NBA. And Zack joins us. Hi, Zack.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
I don't know if you heard Paulie's description of you yesterday.
Yeah.
He described you as efficient. What do you think?
Oh, he hung up on us.
Paulie.
He's always a good interview. I'm surprised.
What the hell happened?
It sounded good.
Why don't you do this interview, Paulie? You're the one that...
He'll be back in a second.
Okay. Zack, did you accidentally hang up on it?
And I think it was your end.
Oh, it was? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were upset that Paulie described you as being efficient. Is that a compliment?
Thanks, Paulie.
Is that a compliment?
Yes, it is. Thanks, Paulie. Like I say, he's one of the more great executive producers. So
wow,
we kind of we got to stick together.
Yeah. How would you describe your game if if somebody hadn't seen you play?
I like to play hard. Just play positional basketball, and kind of in the paint, kind of old school. That's what they, so Shaq and Barkley says. So I guess play old school basketball. I mean, just get it done, hard nose in the paint basketball.
But people get caught up in dunks. You had less than 10 dunks this year. Why are we obsessed with dunking?
It's just the game's entertainment, and I understand that, and the high flying, it looks good, But I'll leave that for the young fellas.
Were you ever the high flyer like that, where you had a highlight reel of dunks?
I was laughing with the rookie the other day. I was telling him, man, I used to dunk like you when I was in high school all the time. Every time I used to dunk in high school. In college, it kind of slowed down. In the NBA, it slowed all the way down.
Well, you know what? It still counts as 2 points, right? It's like Tim Duncan.
Exactly.
Tim Duncan, his last name is Duncan, but he's not doing a whole lot of it.
Yeah, but he's putting in work, though. He's still putting in work.
Did you guys make anything of this sign in the Portland locker room that said, we don't lose to Spanish players?
No.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, you didn't even know about it?
No, sir. I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, I think they were talking about Gasol. So it says, we don't lose to Spanish players. Nobody can beat us 8 times in a year. Also vowed to win the dogfight. Also play as a team and outwork Memphis each and every night. We are better when we come to play and promise to be blanks on defense. You buy into any motivational? Can you be motivated now during the postseason?
I mean, I think if you're not already motivated to win a championship and already, I mean, how much motivation do you need?
Well, that's how I feel about it. I would think there's motivation there to just win and move on to the next round. I don't think you play harder because you say, we don't lose to a team 8 times in a year, or we don't let Spanish players beat us. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I don't need that, though. But I was surprised at that.
I'm like you, Dan. I feel the same way. I'm motivated. I'm hungry, so I'm always hungry. So
he's Zack
Randolph. I don't
Randolph.
need no motivation.
He's Zack Randolph of the Memphis Grizzlies, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Scouting report on Portland is what? Can you be physical with them?
I mean, you can be physical with them. I mean, you got one of the best power forwards in the game and one of the up-and-coming best guards in the game. So, with them 2 guys on the court, I mean, anything can happen. So you got to come ready to play. I mean, them guys is going to have their 30 points and do what they do, but we got to contain everybody else, the Nicholas, Batum, and Afalo, and Leonard, and other players. So we got to, as long as we maintain them guys, I think we have a good chance. But, this team is a good team.
What is the feeling like, and I guess a helpless feeling, when you know it's somebody it's their night. They're just lighting you up and there's nothing you can do. But what is it like on the defensive end? And I don't know the last time that happened where you faced some guy and you went, oh, boy, this is not.
Oh, last time I think it was Klay Thompson in Golden State.
Oh, that's right. What was going through your mind when you watched Klay Thompson put on that show?
Just unbelievable. I mean, when you playing against teams and some guys are just hitting and, nothing you can really do about it. I mean, you can contest them and put a hand in contest a shot. The best defense you can do. But sometimes offense is better than your defense, and you can't do nothing about it.
How many How many did he have on you guys?
I think he had 40 in the first half.
Did you guard him at all?
A lot. I might have got 1 or 2 threes showing out.
So you don't feel that bad going into halftime where you go, hey, he's not scoring on me.
Exactly. Well, I think we was only down 4 points at halftime. He still had 40, so he was kind of we still had a chance.
What about a big guy that you guarded? Was there anybody who just put one on you and you went, I'm in trouble tonight?
A lot of good guys out there, especially in power forward that have nights. And I'm trying to think who got hot on me. I don't know. I can't recall.
Like Nowitzki or anybody like that?
Yeah, well, Dirk. Yeah, Dirk had his moments with me. I mean, over our course of time in the league, definitely Dirk, and a lot of other great players, Duncan, and older players. Sometimes it be guys' nights, and you can't do nothing about it.
Can you be friends with your opponent?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on the court, I'm not really trying to be the opponent's friends, but after the game or whatever, and you have relationships with players from other teams and playing with other players, so you can.
Yeah, but back in the 70s and 80s, nobody liked anybody on the other team.
Yeah, back in the 70s, 80s, guys could fight and they just get a fine.
Last fight you got into?
Oh, man. Well, it wasn't a fight. It was just a push, and they suspended me during playoffs last year.
Yeah, last year. That's right.
Yeah, the little pushing thing with me and Steven Adams when I got suspended.
Back in the 70s or 80s, you could, they would laugh at that. They wouldn't even stop the game for something like that.
OMG. I mean, wow. So I said, wow.
I love that you bought 500 playoff tickets for fans who wouldn't have had a chance to afford them. How did this come about?
We're just talking to our PR guy. I was wondering about the tickets because we I got the Zebo Bullies for the kids where we buy tickets for kids and unfortunate. So I asked him about the tickets and he said there's a lot of tickets that hasn't sold, but they're up a little higher. So I was like, let's get the fans in. Let's get the fans from the neighborhood, and it's not unfortunate they can come and enjoy the game because our fans around here, they love coming, and a lot of them can't afford tickets. So we decided to get the tickets, and it was great. I mean, people walk from the neighborhoods close to the Forum, and it was like 1,000 people out there. So when we ran out of 300, I just wanted to buy 200 more. Try to get the fans in, and it was great. They really appreciated it, and they was thankful.
That's cool. Any advice for the one-and-done guys? If you met with those Kentucky kids, what would you tell them?
Just live your dream. Live your dream. When I was a player that came out one and done, and when I came out, it wasn't a lot of talk about me, and people were saying I should stay, and I'm not ready, but I believed in myself and the people that I had in my corner. So it's about putting in work. It's about getting in this NBA and putting your time in and getting better. And that's why I tell all the young guys, it's not about now, it's about what you put into it. It's what you get out of it.
And be fair, it's not just the Kentucky kids. Duke's got guys going one and done as well. But is it tougher transition on the court or off the court for a one and done?
That's a good question. I think it could depend. Because if you come in with a team that got great vets and you're young, like when I came in, I was, 18 years old, and I had great vets, and Scottie Pippen and Steve Kerr and Chris Dudley and Rasheed Wallace and Damon Stoudemire. So I was surrounded by some great vets.
Man, you've been around a long time, Zack. You've been around a long time.
So if you surround yourself with some great vets, I think it'll be okay, and putting around the right people. But you can. It can be tough, both. Transitional, on the court and off the court.
The Duke beat down to Michigan State. How tough was that?
It was tough. I tell you what, man, I give Duke a lot of credit, but Coach Izzo, he's great, man. Especially when it comes to tournament time, getting the troops ready and having them fired up. I wouldn't. I would go with Coach. Because he could be a 7 seed, he can be a 10, and them guys always just play great in the tournament.
Yeah, he does. He's probably, when it comes to the expectations and exceeding expectations, I don't think anybody's been better in NCAA history than Coach Izzo. Can I get a dunk in Game 2 tomorrow?
So when I get this dunk,
yeah,
I'm gonna salute. I'm gonna salute you. So that's gonna mean that's for you, D. I'm gonna give you a salute.
Now I'm not gonna ask you to dunk over anybody.
No. I might not hang on the rim.
No, don't do that. No,
I might just throw it in.
That's all right. It might just be one of those rub dunks. You just kind of get it right over the rim. Your hand rubs on it. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But I'll take the salute. I appreciate that. And once again, hopefully you have an efficient game tomorrow night against the Blazers.
Thanks.
Thank you, Zach. That's Zack Randolph. I like when he went OMG.